Welcome to Dialogues of Desire,
Non-Monogamy Unscripted,
the podcast where we're rewriting the rules of relationships.
So grab your intimacy and exploration passports and join us from the very beginning
as we embark on an unscripted, unfiltered journey
into the world of non-monogamy.
Hey guys, welcome back. This is Drawing the Lines, Navigating Boundaries in Non-Monogamy, Part 2.
If you haven't watched last week's episode, which was part 1, go back and have a listen. Otherwise, strap in and strap on for part 2.
The kink stuff that makes you unsure or like uneasy is just...
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not uneasy about it.
You're saying you're imagining it. Oh, you're just saying you can imagine me doing that. How do you feel about that?
Fine.
It's just a part of who I am.
That's why.
Seriously.
That's why I'm fine with it. You've spoken to me about it. Because we speak so honestly and openly, I might have some uncomfortabilities of it, but I'm actually feel like secure in my relationship with you, and I feel like I know where I stand with you. So that's why I'm not too phased. I shouldn't say phased, that's a bit shit.
No, whatever.
With because we have good communication, I don't feel uncomfortable. I feel safe in this relationship and I know where I stand. If we didn't have the communication and like you talk to me about some shit that you might need or whatnot, like, yeah, I probably would be like, I don't know where I fucking stand. We're about to go into this open relationship and what the fuck does that mean for me? Well, I know where it means. You still want to be in a relationship with me. You still want to have sex with me. Fuck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm happy with all of that. I just don't want to lose like my emotionalness with you or I don't want to like, and I won't know until it happens. At the moment, I've already envisioned you having sex and whatnot. So the sex part to me is fine. But maybe me hearing about it, my boundaries might change. I might go, I want to know when you've had it, but I don't really want to know what fucking hole you've had fingers or dicks in you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Especially because I want to be in your bum first.
What are you talking about? Yeah, true. Cool. Yeah.
But, yeah, I feel secure in this relationship that you want me. It'd be different if you and I weren't good.
Oh,
then
I agree.
I think we would have issues.
Well, I think if we'd started this on shit terms, then I don't think it's going to end on great terms.
No.
I don't think the answer to a relationship, or like even if it's a monogamous one that's going downhill, is to open it up.
Fuck no.
Although
there are some people that do that.
Well, like if one of them's cheated, they'll then, the other partner will be like, all right, well, let's open up the relationship because that's obviously the answer. You just want to be with other people. But if you don't have the trust there, by opening it up and allowing your partner to just go fuck other people, that's not going to ease your mind. So, yeah, I think you have to come from a really good place, which I think is why we've also waited to 7-8 months that we have. Yeah, look, I could have said to you, and I think it still would have been fair for me to say, well, I'm not going to not be non-monogamous. Like, I'm going to just be open because I said it from the beginning and I was like, that's what I'm doing. But
the first date you said that you wanted to be in a non-monogamous kind of relationship.
Yeah.
I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah. You can know that in the beginning, but I think, will you have been a person that has known that but also not then come up with their own conclusions about, I just didn't think that was going to happen anymore. You've taken my word for it, probably because I have been honest about it from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad that you're not trying to change my mind or make an assumption that isn't the case anymore.
No.
But also, I wanted to give us that.
I'm not that egotistic. Oh, she's found me. She'll fall in love. She doesn't need anybody else. Fuck, that's wanky as.
Yeah, but I think most people do think like that.
Fucking, well, I'm not
sure
a dick.
You wish it sometimes. No. No, but I think it's just, I think it's normal.
Yeah,
it's normal.
and people who would be like, "Oh, it'd be so much easier if you just be." No, fuck that.
Be what?
Like, just like be monogamous. No,
I don't think that's
not easier. Like, you know, like this might work for us.
Yeah, I agree. I think, I'm not saying, like, I think...
We won't know until we try anyway.
I agree.
Who knows?
I think this has lasted as long as it has because I know that I can be what I think myself to be, which is open.
Yeah, I think the reason why our relationship's lasted as long as it has, though, is because we both
also
want
we
to
are
be...
very good at communicating, yeah.
Yeah, and we both know that we can leave at any time.
Correct, which we talk about all the time.
Stuck or trapped or being suffocated in this relationship.
Yeah.
We can be whoever we want to be. If something's not working out, there's the door.
Correct.
And we can leave. And that's huge.
I agree. And even if it hurts you or hurts me,
yeah, it would be shit.
I would fucking prefer that you just tell me that you're not interested anymore rather than staying around because you feel sorry for me or you're scared to... I know you'd never feel sorry for me, but yeah, I think that's... Yeah, we always choose each other every day, like we say.
Mm-hmm.
So...
And that won't change whether you have another partner. You have another partner, that means I get to choose whether I want to be here or not. Same with you.
I agree. And that's why we'll have those discussions. We'll have to talk even more at that point.
We will. And communication will be even more paramount.
I agree. Otherwise, if you start to hold things in...
I will not hold things in. You can read me like a fucking book anyway.
I fucking can.
What's going on?
And I think I'll be maybe... I don't want to say paranoid, but I think I'll be even more conscious.
I think you will be more conscious of
And I don't
me.
even know how I'm going to fucking feel. Like, if I do something, I might feel guilty even though I know I shouldn't.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, okay, I'll give you just something that I've read recently on some forums. But would there be a period, would a boundary of yours be anything in relation to, like, if I had sex with someone, say tonight, and then I came home, assuming this is like a primary relationship, I don't know if that's what we're going to call it, but for now it is, would you have any kind of rules or boundaries around intimacy for us or how I act towards you when I come home?
No, but you could have a shower first. I would want you to have a shower. I think psychologically for me, I'd be like, just have a shower.
I think that's just respectful.
You've got like someone else's sweat on you or something, you know?
Yeah. Some people will literally have like a 24-hour policy of like...
Oh, fuck, if you're ready to go again with me, bring it on, baby.
You might turn me on. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Babe, like there are times where like in my 20s where you would do that. You'd fucking have sex with someone at one part of the day and then sex with somebody that night, and you probably wouldn't even shower between. I'd like to think that we're in a respectful relationship, that we're a bit different to when we were at fucking uni.
Yeah. Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I know, it was bad.
Look, yeah, I think I would definitely want to shower just because
Yeah.
Thing.
But I would do the same for you if I had decided to go on that.
You can do it. Hey, we can talk about it, and yeah, you can do whatever you want within. Maybe I'll have some other boundaries.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have a 48-hour policy. I don't think I would, but yeah, I think.
I like that. Was a good question though.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I don't think it would matter. I'd want the person to fucking treat you well though. I don't know, like. Imagine you'd get some wax on your ass, some booby grabbies. So I can imagine people touching those magnificent features. But yeah, I just would want the person or persons, whoever it is, woman, non-binary, male, whoever it is, they better bloody treat you well.
I'd fucking make sure of that too.
I know you would.
Thanks, baby. I think if there were red flags or anything, I would expect whilst you can't dictate how I go about this world, I think it's still fair that I would hope that if you saw something that I didn't see for whatever reason, maybe I was like digmatized, as they say, that you would say something, whether I take your advice. I think if it's something quite serious, yes. I think for me, my boundary is that they have respect. The other people have respect for my partner, other partner or partners. And yeah, I think they just, it's more just for me, honesty, respect. The stuff around sexual health, I would have, well, my thinking is having really serious boundaries around protection and that sort of stuff. And if they're not willing to come to the party, then it just doesn't happen.
I like that.
And I've always, most of my life, been like that as well.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to fuck me, then it's on basically my terms in terms of sexual health. It should be on both our terms, but whoever's is the most like safe, the safest.
Yeah, I love that, and that makes me feel probably even more secure in this.
Yeah.
Knowing those some of your boundaries as well.
Because, like, I don't know, yeah, sex with a condom is different, but I also enjoy it more if I know that I'm doing what I can and what I need to.
Make sure you're safe.
Yeah, like I seriously can enjoy it more.
Yeah.
And then if it is somebody serious and we talk about it and whatever, but also needs to be discussed, like if anything like a pregnancy happened, which I fucking hope doesn't, but if it was something to happen, that everybody's on board about, well, you know, I know what I would do and it's my body, my choice. So, but if, you know, I've had to say to people before, like, they're always like, oh, and I hate when people say clean and dirty in terms of like sexual health, but they're like, oh, what, do you think I'm dirty or do you think I've got something? It's like, apart from that, firstly, I don't know who the fuck you've been with. You don't know who I've been with. But secondly, do you want a child? Do you want a little you running around? Because if you don't, then you fucking put it on.
Yeah. With sex with women, would you be going down that route or more trying
to impregnate them?
No, as in like, are you will you be having like opening yourself up to both people, like
men and women, or
like
anybody,
any gender, anybody?
Well,
are you more focusing on kind of a male?
As a pansexual person, I think it could be anybody.
Yeah.
In terms of my kink stuff,
yeah,
probably more likely to be a guy, or someone that's a bit more masculine, but that could be maybe not.
Yeah. I guess I'm only saying that based on, like obviously we'll have a more in-depth chat on this subject, but with like HPV and stuff, if you're like using toys or hopefully not some of our toys because that's between us, but maybe that's a boundary.
That, I agree. Anyway,
But yeah, like obviously I have HPV. Would you disclose that you had a partner with that?
I think I would. I think that's important. See, it's interesting because the Cancer Council website basically states that you don't need to do anything differently.
Yeah.
Doctors have said to you and to myself that you don't really need to do anything differently. 80% of the population has HPV or have had it and just don't know. I think the thing that pisses me off about that is that men can't really get tested unless it's like a swab of something and it's purposeful, whereas women get tested for it because they get the cervical cancer screening. Yeah. I do think that's important. If it's something that you know, I do think that you should. I guess if you're using barriers, then, well, yeah. I just think that's important.
Yeah.
What do you think? It's not required, but I think ethically, while some people say, well, you have like the light strain or like the, I don't know what you would call it.
Well,
the less
just got,
invasive.
You've got just the strain that will go away.
Yeah, rather than, But I think you don't know how other people's bodies work and, you know, their immune systems and that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I don't know if people do tell others though.
Yeah.
But I think especially with from a non-monogamous perspective, I think that it has to be a conversation that's had. It's shit that it is that way, but I feel like people that are in these types of situations tend to take their sexual health more seriously.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas with a one-night stand, you know, there's a kind of almost like less responsibility in a way.
Yeah.
Or, you know, one-night stand that's just, there's no other people involved.
Yeah.
But
I feel like women would also, like, well, I don't know, maybe not, but if I was with somebody else and somebody told me that, I'd have a bit more, like, respect, being like, oh, thanks for telling me that.
having said that, though, we use protection. So,
Yeah.
in theory, you have it, I don't
Yeah.
at this stage because I got tested. And we have precautions in place. So, yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, further on that topic later.
But that's also, yeah, sorry, but at the same time, I don't want to be disclosing your sexual health status to other people. So I know that I don't have it. So if we continue to use
Yeah.
protection and like protect ourselves, then it may not be necessary for me to
Yeah, it's just
discuss it. I think, yeah, if
consideration.
yeah, I think I'd feel more if we were to do things without protection, then yeah, I would. If with the other person,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think most people don't count it as anything. It's like herpes.
Yeah.
Everyone, well, a lot of people. I don't have it.
I don't have it.
But people just don't talk about it,
Yeah.
and that's socially accepted. And so is having HPV, because most people do have it or have had it.
Yeah.
So.
Going back to something that I kind of face planted into. So I think we, at the start when we were doing boundaries, we're kind of just more thinking about you having sex with somebody with a penis. Having sex with somebody who doesn't have a penis.
What about that? Do you have a boundary there?
Maybe.
Go on.
I think our toys are our toys.
Oh, funny that. Let's tell you a little story time. I believe that, yes, your toys are yours and yours only for that relationship. I think bringing toys from a previous relationship into your current one is a bit weird. I think bringing your own toys is okay, like if it was just used on you.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised that that's a boundary of yours when you didn't see anything wrong with it when you were sharing your strap-on that you use with your ex with me. But again, things can change, so I'm just curious to know what changed in your mind. Was it when I said to you, I'm not using a dildo that you fucked your ex with, or... Because, well, at the same time, I'm also like, if you clean it, blah, 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 and it's like, what's the risk?
Well, I think you, correct me if I'm wrong here, which I know you will.
Go on.
I guess there is one aspect being like you, people have, like, if it's a male with a dick has sex with multiple people, whereas I know my dildo's getting washed quite frequently.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, I think the ones that we've bought together,
You don't want in anyone else's orifices.
yeah,
It's interesting that you've changed your mind on that.
especially the ones that, yeah, that I have paid for. You can use that brown one wherever you want.
It's the fucking best one, but sure.
Nah.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. That's one very clear boundary.
Yeah.
Don't use our dildos on other people. When I first sleep with someone, I don't like to use toys.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why. Maybe that's really small-minded of me, but I like to
Feel them.
feel, yeah, that's a whole, I don't know, yeah, I like that.
We didn't use toys straight away anyway.
No, we didn't.
Yeah. And we still don't. Mix it up.
Mix it up, that's right.
Keep you on your toes. What are you going to get? What colour do you want? More? How many do you want?
Yeah, true. Do you want it to vibrate?
But yeah, I just thought of that boundary then actually. And I guess that's what's going to happen is that
Oh, exactly.
boundaries will come and go and let's not be just stagnant with it.
Yeah, I agree.
They can...
Yeah, they will move and they'll change.
Yeah.
In terms of boundaries, is there anyone out of bounds? Like, can I fuck co-workers or friends or... Yeah.
Well, you've already fucked your friends.
That's very true. Before you. Many of my friends, yeah. Which I think is beautiful and I highly recommend if it's all consensual.
Yes. I'd want to know who it is, yeah. Especially if it is a friend. I don't know if it's hard because if I'm seeing them all the time, I don't want to be awkward in front of them and I don't want them to be awkward or, you know. So although I think it's nice to maybe fuck a friend because you obviously have that respect and that friendship there, which I think's nice because then you do respect each other and whatnot. I think...
You're talking about existing friends, right? So you're not comfortable with existing friends.
Oh, what? Existing friends. So
Well, what if I meet someone and then become a friend and then I sleep with them or whatever?
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's so you're saying existing
Maybe
people
existing
that you know.
friends, or if they are a friend and they're around, like if we have like a barbecue and they're coming, like I would want to know because I don't want it to be any awkwardness.
Yeah, and I know if it was the other way around, I'd be like, well, I don't want to look like a fool as if something's been going on.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about it, like maybe a bit of a secret.
Yeah. And it's hard because obviously if you do have like barbecues and stuff and they're there and you're like I'm there, like I don't want you to be placed in the middle where as well you're like having to be like, can I touch this person in front of you? Can I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that
so
again, we'd be talking about.
We'd have to talk about that.
It wouldn't just be like, I've got a crush on. Yeah. Anyway, that'd be something to talk about, but I
Yeah.
don't see that happening because I don't.
If you have a
interested
crush
in
on
any
a
of my friends.
yeah, but if you have a crush on a friend, I'd also want to know. Yeah, and vice versa. Like,
Oh, 100%. I would agree. I mean, you know, you've met people that I've slept with, and
Yeah.
I've told you beforehand. I think if that was to be the case, I'd tell you beforehand, like, oh,
yeah,
I don't know if you would want to know, but I would probably say to you, oh, I actually think I've got a bit of a crush on this person. I want to sleep with them or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how they feel, but
yeah. That I think I would prefer.
yeah, I don't think
I would.
happen,
I would
but-
want you to be like, hey, I know these people are a friend or whatever, but and whatnot. See what happens. But yeah, I think I want to know who it is, especially if we're running in the same circles, because I don't want to look like a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
I also would then be like, oh, fuck, I'm such an idiot. But I don't want to be like, make you be put in a weird zone where like, you're like, can I touch this person? Can I?
Yeah, but how would you feel if I touched? I mean, especially if you don't want to hear about the sexual stuff, how would you feel if I was affectionate to somebody in front of you?
I think, I don't know. I think I'd get a bit jealous the first time I saw it. And I know it shouldn't matter as well because we've just said, fuck everyone, it doesn't matter. But especially if there were like some of my mates who are a bit like very
flirty,
close-minded.
Oh, okay.
And that they didn't understand it, and they'd be like, Sophie's touching somebody, and I'll be like, yeah, it's all right, she fucks her too.
Okay, so so on that, is there anything that you don't want other people to know, like your friends to know, or is there anyone that's out of bounds in terms of knowing what's going on? I mean, you've been pretty open with your family. All your family knows.
I don't know if my dad knows, but like he can't really say too much. Like he's had an affair before, so like at least this is a consensual thing where all parties are understanding.
Yeah.
So, but in relation to my friends love me for who I am and respect me and understand my judgments. They know that we've been speaking about this as well, so it wouldn't come to anything weird. I think they would probably be, if there was like some sort of like gathering and your partners come or something, they would, I think, be a bit more being like, oh, what's going on kind of thing. And probably be like, are you okay with this to me? And I'll be like, yeah, fine. Who knows if we'll get to that stage. But,
Yeah, but I think that would also be if they're checking on you. They're
Correct.
checking on you as a friend and that's
and just
fair.
making sure that I am okay with it. Yeah.
But I'd also want to be respectful of, I mean, it depends on where we are and the people that are around. But
in relation to your actual question, people who are out of bounds would be probably your ex in that relationship. I would definitely want to know.
You would want to know? I can't.
There's no rules. You don't have a rule. But I'd be pretty hurt if that happened. Just because I, from what I've heard as well, I think that relationship was a bit problematic. And whatnot. So, but co-workers, I don't want there to be a secret work relationship.
Oh God, no. Well, before you said there's no secrets. Yeah,
exactly. So you work with these people all the time. Of course, you're going to kind of develop feelings or...
Oh, no, I'm not saying that I would. I'm just asking if that would be out of bounds for whatever reason.
No, just as long as you're letting me know
Yeah.
things. Like if you decided to go fuck each other on the boss's desk as well, like I would want to know because that's pretty hot.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Obviously, I would never do that for legal reasons. Thanks for listening in on our conversation about boundaries versus rules. How are you feeling?
Good. I feel we've put some steps in anyway that we hadn't had a talk about it. We've been holding on to this discussion for so long so that we can talk about it in real life with you guys.
Yeah.
So a lot of those boundaries I just came up with or, Sophie hadn't heard of.
Yeah, so I'm sweating balls and she's like, I've gotten all this shit off my chest. So that's really lovely.
I feel great.
I'm glad you're feeling good. If you have any questions or any comments about boundaries versus rules or anything else we haven't discussed about in terms of these things, then give us a message on our socials. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's actually quite nice. A little bit. Well, we could have like a little mini fan under here. Is your thing working though?
Oh, it's on.
That's what I mean. You press record. Yeah. So with boundaries as well, like you will obviously have boundaries with friends.
Like you're fucking scratching everything. I think there's too much going on.
Okay. Are you going to ask a question?
Oh, am I going to ask you a question? What are boundaries to you?
Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Dialogues of Desire.
We hope you've enjoyed the conversation and maybe even learned something new.
If you loved what you heard or we've piqued your curiosity, make sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
We'll be sharing the latest and greatest content there, so you don't want to miss out.
And don't keep all this juicy goodness to yourself. Share our podcast with friends, family, or anyone you think might enjoy listening.
The more the merrier, right? Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and keep those conversations flowing. We acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are recording, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present, and emerging.
We recognise their continuing connection to land, waters, and culture, and acknowledge that sovereignty was never ceded. We extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. The views discussed in this podcast are our own and are evolving with our continuing experiences and ongoing knowledge.
This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and does not replace the advice of a health professional.